we have been excited about addressability for some time. Obviously, CTV helps accelerate the addressability of TV inventory because it, by its nature, is delivered via streaming device, and we have a bunch of rich data on the consumer via that channel. We're most excited about accelerating addressability across, kind of traditional linear, and that's where we see an enormous amount of growth, both this year and into the future. We put a lot of focus there. I think our work with VIZIO was representative of that. Our focus has really been on enablement, building the infrastructure to enable that addressability to happen, and then bringing the ability to access that supply through automated channels.
I think this is the year where we can think about addressable TV being even more important than it was in the past, because addressable TV today really acts as the bridge between linear and streaming. And so when I think about it from the buy side, when I think about it from the brand side, we now have a real opportunity to help brands as they find their audiences in both the connected TV world and the linear world, to connect them by using addressable TV, to be able to target, to be able to run different KPIs, to be able to look at impressions, to be, addressable TV truly acts as that bridge to help both brands and, frankly, to help the networks as they move into this new world.
Yeah, I would say to get to that kind of interoperability that would be desirable is it's really relying on technology, and it's really having the vendor community, advertisers, and the tech partners coming together to build some of the solutions. So as we think about kind of breaking down the gap between linear and CTV, in linear we're buying on a Nielsen verified demo, buying GRPs. Where in digital you're buying often P2+, and you're often buying on impressions. So really it's coming together to kind of break down those two differences. But what I think will be helpful is as we look at technology, and really as we think about just the partnership with supply side platforms and DSPs, demand side platforms as well, those are really helping us kind of bridge the gap. So as we look at one individual publisher, we have the ability to see, okay, where is that supply going, and how do we help address some of the things like fragmentation and frequency, and ensure that we're getting sufficient reach. And I'd say as we think about a lot of these things, measurement also becomes critically important. As we're kind of losing reach on linear but gaining it in digital video, how are we kind of validating the effectiveness of that holistic reach as we think about bridging those platforms, and really being able to validate and verify that we're really achieving those critical KPIs and those business outcomes that our clients are expecting.
So unification is key. We're hyper-focused on creating a large deduplicated supply pool for our advertisers. And this is, like, we're really, in terms of bringing together our linear teams and our digital teams, and being able to offer like a converged offering for our advertisers. This allows us to provide greater ROI for the advertisers while maintaining the value of our own content. One of the things that I really think is important is that, as we're moving towards this cross-platform opportunity, we have this fantastic opportunity to allow our advertisers to enrich their storytelling capabilities and customize for the screen in question. Linear screens have different advantages from digital screens, and when you're able to reach everything, then you're able to tap into everything. And so we can do that in a direct way. We're also working on enabling it in a programmatic way. For us, like for Discovery, programmatic isn't a backfill solution. Programmatic is an automated way of enabling sales.
We have a very well lit brand safe VOD environment today with the Canoe footprint, and we absolutely need to maintain that quality. But we know we need to open up the pipes to programmatic so that we can sell 100%, our programmers can sell 100% of their inventory. So today we don't have the exact capabilities in programmatic as CTV programmatic does for the Canoe footprint, but we are pushing toward that with a path forward while still maintaining our quality. So for example, in Q1, we enabled 2 large SSPs, one being the folks at Beachfront, and the other, the freewheel programmatic marketplace for access to TV networks, VOD inventory. Those two SSPs connected to 8 large DSPs. Those DSPs ran over 25 campaigns in Q1 as we sort of put the wheels on the bus and got this thing working. And now the capability is expanding to more TV networks and more DSPs. So we're up and running, and we look to really turn up the heat in this year.
We're very excited to work with Beachfront for their AdPod bidding solution. And ultimately what that will do for us is it'll maximize every single AdPod that we're running. We're testing varying lengths on VOD and linear right now, but as we're running AdPods and multiple minutes per hour, it's important for us to make sure that it's a great experience for brands, it's a great experience for users, and of course, maximizing the monetization opportunity. So we'll be utilizing their tool for all those things, as well as managing competitive separation for our clients and frequency.
Buyers are definitely after a holistic approach across all these different services and buying models and devices. And that's definitely a challenge. I mean, we see frequency is actually, just to get specific for a second, frequency is a big challenge, that if you're not using the right platform with the right tools, we see this as consumers, right? We're watching, consuming content on mobile devices, on streaming services. I don't know how many times you've seen the same ad over and over and over when you're consuming media that way. But odds are pretty good that the frequency is not being managed very well. And so one of the things that we talk a lot to our buyers about is making sure that they're using the tools available to them within the Trade Desk platform to be able to manage frequency across those different buying models so that it's still a good consumer experience.
I think some interesting things that are happening, Andy, in the space right now are, what's it going to take to fuel this addressable growth? One is we're out right now doing a lot of education with marketers. Marketers are seeing rapid change in the marketplace. There's a lot of complexity and fragmentation. There's a lot of nuance in terms of what you can do inside of the connected TV space. So we're trying to get them an education in terms of what it looks like to buy direct, what it looks like to buy with premium aggregators, programmatic, which you mentioned, and also open exchanges. And there are a lot of different inventory quality, targeting, frequency management, and measurement approaches within each of those that marketers are becoming accustomed to. I would say what I'm most excited about now is kind of the data-driven innovations that we're seeing inside of connected TV and OTT.